my grandfather, August.
Is that August?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and tell them who they are.
And this is his 5 children from his first marriage, and the little child is my first aunt, Alma, from his second marriage, and my dad was probably on the way about this time, and then there were 4 total out of the second group, and 5 out of the first group, and the son from the first family died in the flu, that 1918 flu that killed so many people in the United States. Could be. And anyway, that's kind of what I know.
And this is Alfred Mueller, his dad.
That's my dad when he was probably about 20 years old. Probably he was inducted into the service for the World War I, but did not have to go overseas.
It says he was 14 here, but he looks much older than that.
That's when he was getting ready to go to the Army.
Okay, and this is the Abel.
Brenda didn't know.
Abel Vogler family.
Yeah, that's my mother's side of the family.
I know.
It's all family
that's what
too.
I'm saying. Okay, and that's your dad's, yeah.
This is my dad and his 3 sisters. They all moved up to San Angelo. There they are sitting at the house over here on 194 at Weir. And let's see, this down here at the bottom is Alma, Alfred, Ruth, and Esther. That's all of them here. And see, they were all short too. Dad was barely 5'8", and they were shorter.
Okay, this is his mother's father.
Here's my mother's side of the family, Emil Vogler. He was, his parents died on the way over in the boat, and he was raised by his sister then, Caroline Miller. I think I can't see who that other one is.
That is his wife, I think. It's Marie Brown Vogler.
Okay, that's my grandmother then, probably before they were married or about that time. And
Emma, Frida, Erna, and Ida.
Okay, and these are my mother and my aunts. My mother was number 3. That was Frida was the oldest. Then come Louise. No, Ida. Louise came next, I think, and then Ida. Then Emma was number 3. And then she had...
it doesn't even say Louise on here.
Well, Marge, I can't read from way over here.
Emma, Frida, Erna, and Ida here.
Okay.
Here is Emma, Frida, and Ida.
Okay.
Only 3 of them here.
Okay. Then my mother was the baby there.
Okay, here's your mother.
There's my mother. And good-looking lady. She was tall. She was
born in 97. She married in 1920. So
yeah, but she was born in 97.
1897.
Yes. And she was the tallest of all 8 of the children.
Oh, and here comes mine.
Yeah, and then here's part of Margie's family coming up in this book.
Frederique Snyder family. Okay. Uh-oh. There's my grandfather who shot himself because of the depression. It was just so hard to make a living, and there was a lot of that going on. Uncle Rich, my little Ma, I always called her Ma, and Aunt Hetty, Aunt Aunt Christina, and Aunt Ella, and Aunt Hetty. And that's Uncle Louie.
Uncle Rich.
Carl Sutter, which is my mother's parents. This is Grandpa and Grandma Sutter. Carl and Louisa.
And they were quite young. They were just about to get out of their teens, I think, when they got married. 17, 18.
Then Charlie Sutter family, that's my Grandpa Sutter, my Grandma Sutter, and Velma and Nadine, my mother, and my aunt. And this is her mother, my grandmother. That was taken in the foyer of our home in Gray Hills.
Yeah, there's your painting in the background.
Mm-hmm. Then Alfred Miller family again. I think Brenda got a lot of my pictures because these all look like mine.
That's Mom and Dad's wedding picture.
Yeah. Alfred and Emma Miller wedding.
1st of January 1920.
Little brothers can be such a pain, Brenda wrote. This is Marvin.
Yeah.
And this is his sister. This is his oldest brother, the oldest in the family, and then came Evelyn, then came Marvin, and Marvin was a little toot. He didn't want to sit still, and Evelyn would have to go and pick him up and put him back down and see how mad she looks. I love that, but she didn't like it. Here's the whole family.
Yeah.
Marvin's dad, Marvin's mother, Evelyn, Norman, Marvin, and Marilyn.
And that was taken when Norman was being inducted into the service. And they went down and had family picture taken.
Okay. And there, oh my goodness. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Marilyn and Marvin and Evelyn and Norman and Grandpa and Grandma Miller. I'm even in that one.
Yep.
Carl is in that one.
Yeah,
Verena is too.
All of us are there.
And Kearney too.
Yeah, we're
the whole family.
This is my married family. I mean, we're.
And here comes the kids.
Yep, and there Brenda and Doug are in there already.
No.
You're holding.
Brenda.
You're holding.
Oh yeah.
You're holding Doug, and Brenda's standing down there with Evelyn. Okay.
And Marilyn just had 2 children at the time. Are we talking too much? Okay, here is his parents when they were older. And this is what I remember winters in this part of the country.
Your dad acting up out there with his bow legs.
My dad can be so silly. And I was right behind him. And there's my parents.
It's Fred and Velma Snyder that we knew.
Yeah, that was mine. Okay. And here we are, Marvin and Marjorie, December 7th, 1952. Oh my goodness. What is that? Oh, that hair.
It was 92. She was still pretty good looking at that time.
1940 Ford.
That I'd bought in about 1948. and we had it got married in 52, and we had it about 2 years after we were married, and then I got a newer car. But this was here about the time we were getting ready to get married. And
This is a few of my thoughts about life, about this life. You wrote it, so I don't know. I don't have my glasses on. I have to read this sometime. I
that
have
was
no.
a little old.
Something about Martin Luther. Gee, I'll have to read that. Did you know him?
Not yet.
You will when you get to heaven. Oh my goodness, would you look at that?
Yes, that's when she had her hair all bushed out, and mine too. I had to go get my hair done.
A lot of the guys that worked for him got their permanent in their hair. Is what
Hair
they say.
wave.
And then Marvin did too. And that's when we went up northwest. What was that? Wyoming? You had that cut.
I don't know.
The Mike Priest family. There is none. Sean Priest. There's Sean and Heather.
Here's a younger family now.
Marvin Taylor family. There's nothing there. Here's Jeff. Here's little Jeff.
Yeah.
He's going to be a daddy here in June.
This was put together about 2010 when I was 80.
No, that has to be. Let me see. Quit slapping
Well,
me.
March, that's,
It can't be.
yes,
You look older.
my 80th
at 80.
birthday.
I know, but you don't look 80 there.
Well, it could have been an earlier one put in.
Okay. And
And,
there's that same picture with
Picture you've
Evelyn,
seen
mad
before.
as could be.
and there's me when I was about ready to be inducted into the service.
And then me down there.
Yeah.
That was about when I was 17, maybe.
And
you have this picture.
You've already shown that one.
And that's Brenda and Doug when they were little, our children.
Yeah. Here they were out at the farm with this grandpa's little chihuahua. There's our wedding picture way up there in the corner. And
This was 1992.
This is 92, our 40th wedding anniversary picture.
Oh, and there's Haven and Colton at the coast. What's that one up there? Colton and his dirt bike.
Dirt bike.
Oh.
And Haven and Colton Priest and I don't know, Gulf, Haven on her dirt bike. And
Ready?
I can't see that far.
There's Doug. There's our son Doug, but I can't see who he's holding.
He's
Layson.
Layson. Mm-hmm.
Papa Doug and Layson.
This is Jordan, and she kind of goes her own way. She's a pretty good little girl, but she's getting married pretty soon.
Sean and his cousin Shailene that lives up here. Here's Shailene and her two boys and her husband. Her
Brent,
husband is the horse man.
keep it moving.
See, I'm trying.
And
James and Jeffrey, they're
here's
cousins,
James.
but they're dressed
These
alike.
two cousins when they were about 2 or 3.
And here's James. Our That's James when he was little, and this is James when he was grown. And here's Jeffrey when he was bowling, and Jeffrey when he was flying.
That's when he was studying to be a pilot,
And
taking pilot's lessons.
there is Grandpa's funeral, I think, and Doug and James up here, and then you can explain those.
Mm-hmm.
There's James with this little boy, James. He's in Wisconsin. And this is Doug's wife, his second wife that had this boy. And there's Courtney Courtney and little James, she had his child. They live in Wisconsin. Anna and Dave, that's our son-in-law's daughter and husband. That's our son-in-law's son and his wife and his grandchildren. She's a doctor now. She's in New York studying at Columbia. Is that you? Can you see?
Yeah, that's me. Elvis.
Well, Elvis must have died already.
Elvis was gone already.
Oh.
I seen where somebody had given the little girl at a veggie farm, up there in Pennsylvania, a horse nearly like this. It had domain in it and stuff, a little bit fancier than this one. Somebody had given that little girl a horse.
Oh, that's nice.
Or they bought one, the same pattern, basically. It says Fred Snyder.
It says
That's
Marvin. Dwayne is right here.
Yeah, okay.
He doesn't go anywhere without Orange and Texas on it.
I don't know.
That doesn't look like Dad. This could be Dad here. Marvin, that doesn't look like you.
I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of difference. Was a mounting of a white-tailed deer that I shot in '84. Uvalde area, south of San Antonio. To the right of that is us cutting up barbecue in our backyard. Down its left lower is one of the rocking horses that I've built, over 20 of them in about that many years or more. And over to the right, the upper is our friend Keith Pereira that lives in California, and down here is
and our little great-grandson Layson.
Okay. Down in the lower part of the right side is some of our friends. One of the men has already passed away that we...
Her husband.
When visiting with places when we were friends at the church in Austin. Please don't interrupt me.
Well, I just wanted to point out. Okay, are you through?
I'm through.
There were 10 of us, and sometimes
Originally.
12. That we'd travel all over the United States and anywhere here in Texas. Every year we'd have at least 2 nice trips.
And way up here on the left is my tractor, 46 John Deere, that me and Cecil Snyder went looking when we were about 19 years old, maybe 18, 19, and we found this tractor up at Waxahachie when I needed a tractor, and I bought it up there and they delivered it down. On the right upper is a 36 John Deere B that I restored, that was a basket case with no hood, motor locked up, front wheels rusted off and what have you, and it looks like we're doing a tractor pull against my lawnmower. And down at the bottom left is where I was gonna cut maize for my Uncle Ben Vogler over on 195 and 35, where he was farming, and I was going to do the combining. And
say that was in the Williamson County Sun.
Okay. And over here it says Marvin's Garden, and the bottom is the onions, and over on the right side is potatoes just out of the ground and rolled up for a row of potatoes.
If you'll notice down here, there's a beer can. Marvin put that beer can here to show how big his onions are. Ready?
Yeah, that's me. I don't like that one. But anyway, there was a water moccasin we caught fishing. And here me and Doug have a nice group of fish that we caught on the stock pond up here by where Shailene lives now, the old 1994 stock pond. And this year one down here with the minnow was when I was just a young kid and was horsing around, took a picture of the minnow that I caught. And here is a picture from me on a skid loader and a note from John Bunton. He had started a house that was all made out of cement walls and stuff like that, and I come over and helped him get things moving on his house. He was building his own house and had trouble. Over here on the left is when I had a birthday, I think in 1983, and Marge scheduled us a balloon ride for my birthday, and the wind came up then, and we had a very hard landing. And
almost tripped Colton. No, Sean. That's Sean.
Yeah, almost.
This is Sean.
Almost knocked Sean out of the basket. We hit the ground so hard. And here is a well that we drilled in about 1990, about 1990 something, with Carl. And here's where we drilled it, and here's where we brought it in. And it was a really nice well. I don't know what its potential was, but we pumped it for over a year. What the little pump would pump about 20 barrels a day. And that was a good little well. And the wind was blowing, and it was blowing the oil coming back down on the rework rig, and we were scared it was going to explode. And we were like 300 feet from the road, and the oil was blowing over on the road, but we didn't get in trouble. So anyway.
And one thing I want to say about Sean almost fell off that, and Doug, wherever Doug is, I don't know. Doug is here somewhere.
Yeah, it was in
rescued him. I mean, he had to hold on to his pants to keep him on that balloon.
This is just a montage of what the people put together for our 80th.
No, this was your birthday.
For my 80th birthday party at church over on Shell Road. That's all of the pictures that are in there.
Okay.
Now
we got some more.
Okay, here's some more.
more.
There's me and Keith way up there. We still talk every few months. Pictures of us. And then the rest of this is my, there's some more where we're getting ready to do the food at
church for your birthday.
At church at my birthday. And here we are
Shailene.
feeding our faces.
Are you?
Yeah.
Do we just keep going?
Marge, you got to keep going.
Okay. This is Janet. This is Kelly's mother. I don't know if you met Kelly when he came down. Okay, on the menu. Well, we don't have anything.
Here's Heather.
Here's Jeffrey, Kathy. All of this at your birthday. Just look at all the people at your birthday. Let's see, this is 2 pages together.
That's the way it's
No,
put
okay.
together. And here's my brother Norman, and my sister Evelyn, myself, and my sister Marilyn. And here's Norman, and Evelyn. Turney has already passed away, and Marge, and me, and Marilyn, and Carl's already passed away, and Breen, she's the wife of my brother.
Okay, let's see. I think these are just cards, bunches of cards.
Oh, and
So
I've
that's
been
all
reading
that.
some of them, and those are the nicest cards.
And then I have another book.
This is a photo of a charcoal painting that's about twice as wide and twice as high. It's about 1/4 size of a charcoal painting that my cousin has up at Miles, Texas. And we have the same grandpas, we had different grandmas. And this would have been his grandma from Grandpa's first wife. And we think it's definitely Grandpa Miller because there was no name on the big oil painting he has. But we have other pictures of Grandpa, and the eyes and nose and ears and forehead are almost all the same. So I'm quite sure that this was August Miller, M.U. with 2 dots.
Okay.
Born in 1852 in Germany.
This is Dr. Douglas Benold, and he was our doctor when we lived here in Georgetown before we moved to Austin, and he delivered both of our children. Brenda, of course, was first, and then Doug, or Douglas, we named Douglas after Dr. Benold. So, Doug, you should have been a doctor. So that's the story behind this picture. He just passed away. It was just in the Williamson County Sun. This is my great-grandfather and his wife at the time, and this is my grandfather and I guess siblings, I think. That's all I know about that. Then there is my great-grandmother, and this is my grandmother Snyder. They came over from Germany together. They were Nitzels was their last name. Lena Nitzel Snyder married Frederick Snyder. This is my grandfather. This is my grandfather on my mother's side, and my grandmother from my mother's side. That is, okay, also on my mother's side, it's great-grandfather and great-grandmother, and let's see, then their children. That's all I know about them. And this also is great-grandmother, and I don't know who the children are, but they're from my mother's side. They're Sutters. And this, I think you have a picture of that. It's Carl and Louisa Snyder. Nitchell, I mean. Carl Sutter and Louisa Nitch. Sutter. And there's my mother and my Aunt Nadine. And there's my mother, and my grandpa and grandma and whoever.
Your mother 14 or 15.
And this is my grandpa and grandma Snyder and my mother and my aunt. And then I don't know who these are, really don't. It was taken around 1893. The pastor is sitting on the porch. Oh, back here. I never saw somebody back there. And the children peeking out of windows. Oh, look at there. I never noticed that. Anna Keeling was approximately 8 years old when her family left Germany. That's it. It's Carl and Teresa. See, I don't know these. Here's Lydia, Selma, Elma. Anyway, they're relatives of mine, but way far off. Or at least maybe a generation, you'd say. And what does that say up there? Oh, Dutchman family. Okay. And then these are great uncle Carl Sutter and great grandfather John Sutter. So there was another Carl Sutter. And here's my grandpa with his dog. He had to have his dog. And grandma, my grandma Sutter, picking her garden. And grandpa sitting on a calf. Grandpa and grandma Sutter.
Look here, Marge, just a second. Wahlberg Photo Studio. So Wahlberg had a studio back
Well, I'll be darned.
when.
And here's Grandma Sutter on her 50th wedding anniversary. And Grandpa's in here somewhere. Somewhere in there. I guess that's Grandpa behind Grandma there. Here's my little Ma that came from Germany. I just loved her. Here's 3, 6, 7 of her children. The 8th one isn't here. All 4 boys. Oh, Aunt Hattie's not here. Yeah, she is. She's right there. 1 girl is missing. Oh my goodness. There's me and Cecil up there in the left corner.
And here's my old 44 again.
And Lou Alice. Is that Lou Alice? Yeah, it is. And I think I'm in the center. Here's Lou Alice dressed with a curtain, I think, as a bridal headpiece.
And here's the car that Marge learned how to drive in.
Yes, I think. I don't know.
I think so. Here's Cecil and you.
That's what I said. Here's my dad with his sheep. He liked sheep, gray sheep. Here's my dad. Here's my dad. Here's some of his sisters. Here's my dad when he was little. And Dad, and here's his mother. And this is, let's see, this is Ruby. This is Aunt Tina. And this is Hattie. Hattie and Aunt Tina, and this is Ruby. That's her daughter. Oh my, we got too many family members. That I think we've already seen. There we're downtown Austin.
Downtown Austin photo.
And at a reunion there, and there's Mom and Dad in front of the house. Here's Mom and Dad's wedding picture. Here's Mom and Dad and Mom and Dad. I have no idea what this is. Putting new roof
Uncle
on
Max.
Garrett Cassin's place. Am I going too fast, too slow? Just tell me. I mean, to me, it's all the same pictures. Here's some little pigs the dad was raising, and here too. I think we were out. Oh, that's not Mom and Dad, not pigs.
Here it is, Dad's pigs.
Yeah, I think we were looking for Christmas trees.
Here are the pigs right here.
Yeah, I know. Here's Mom and Dad. 73. Mom and Dad again. Here's Brenda with her first husband, and here's Sean. Sean was fat little roly-poly. Here's Sean again, my little ball with Sean. My big hair and Sean. Here's Sean. Grandpa, my dad, and Sean. We didn't love Sean, did we? Look at Sean. This is Mom and Dad, and all the rest is Sean. I mean, we just love that little guy.
And he's loved us back.
Yes. I mean, all of our grandkids are good. There's Sean again, and there's Grandpa, my dad, and Sean. Sean's calf right there. Some more cattle. And Mom and Dad. Here's Dad dressed up in a suit, ready to go to church in a pickup.
Oh, yeah.
I guess so. Dad, Grandpa and Grandma Snyder. Here's Dad. Oh, there's Michael, Priest, and Sean, his stepbrother. Somebody up here, I don't know who that could. Oh, Sean. Sean up there. And then we've got Grandpa taking Sean on a tractor ride.
Yeah.
Brenda and Sean.
That's a Z, I think. She had a Z for a while.
I thought that was that
No, that's that little Z that Brenda had.
Z. What kind of?
Nissan.
I didn't know she had one like that. I thought that's the one.
She had a Nissan. She had a Smokey and the Bandit.
Yes, that's the one I thought it was.
No.
That she got stopped every time she got on the road.
That could be that little Pontiac.
Yeah, that she had to have a car just like Smokey and Bandits, and she got stopped all the time. I hope they heard that. Okay. My aunt and uncle and my dad always has to act silly. And Uncle Arthur and Aunt Nadine and some of their kids. Another anniversary there. Southwestern University. Dad worked at the university. I didn't realize that.
I don't think so.
Well, it's what it says. Okay, there. You know, same old, same old. This was happy 50th anniversary. That's Mom and Dad's anniversary, I guess. That's in our house up at Great Hills. I didn't know we did that. Yeah, here too. Here too. Here too. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, this is the Great Hills
Yeah.
house.
That's still. And there's the lady who swung on the swing over at that restaurant in North Austin. I forget what it's called. Let's see. It doesn't say. Just feel that's.
Dad in Cottonfield in 77.
Yeah, this is all over at Mom and Dad's farm. Mom and Dad. Happy 80th birthday. Whose is that? Dad busy eating. Is that Dad's 80th birthday? It must be. Had to be. Oh, I miss Cecil. Oh, I miss Cecil. This guy right here. I think it has to be laid down. Okay. I believe that's Jessica. Yeah, Jessica. That baby is now a doctor and going to Columbia to finish her studies. Yeah, that's all their anniversary, I guess. Looks like it. That's it.